All right, let's jump right in. There's this quiet but absolutely massive transformation happening right now in the Indian economy. It's happening behind the scenes, away from the headlines, but it's changing the very way businesses buy, sell, and connect with each other. And trust me, it's a change you're going to want to understand.
So, here's what we're going to cover. We'll start by looking at the old way of doing things versus the new way. Then, we'll break down exactly what a B2B marketplace is. How does it all work? We'll walk through it. We'll also dig into why this growth is just so explosive right now. And for those of you thinking about this for your own business, we'll cover how to choose the right platform. And finally, we'll look ahead to the future of business in India.
Okay, first up, the old way versus the new. To really get why this new digital era is such a big deal, we first have to understand the problems, the headaches it's solving.
So let me ask you this. Are you still buying and selling offline? I mean, think about it. For decades, if you were a small manufacturer in, say, Ludhiana, how on earth did you find buyers in Chennai? It was a total maze, right? A mess of phone calls, personal contacts, and way too many middlemen. It was slow, it was expensive, and it basically put a hard cap on how much your business could grow.
And that's the thing. The old way, man, it was just inefficient. You had all these middlemen, and every single one took a cut, which ate into your profits and jacked up prices for the end buyer. Your reach was pretty much limited to your local area. Pricing? A total mystery. And logistics were just a constant headache. But the new digital way, it completely flips the script. We're talking direct access to sellers and buyers, a nationwide reach, totally transparent pricing, and streamlined logistics. It's not just a small change, it's a fundamental shift in how business gets done.
Okay, so what is this engine driving this whole transformation? Let's get a really clear, simple definition.
At its heart, a B2B, or business-to-business marketplace, is just an online platform where businesses buy from and sell to other businesses. But the best way to think about it, it's like a giant virtual trade fair, one that's open 24/7, 365 days a year. It's one single digital space that connects manufacturers, wholesalers, and retailers from all over the country.
But, and this is super important, this is not like your Amazon or Flipkart. That's B2C, or business to consumer, where we buy one or two things for ourselves. B2B is a whole different ballgame. We're talking about businesses buying in bulk, hundreds, maybe thousands of units at a time. The pricing isn't fixed, it's negotiated, payments are often made on credit, like net 30 or net 60, and the goal here isn't just a one-time sale. It's about building long-term supply relationships.
All right, so it sounds great in theory, but how does a deal actually happen on one of these platforms? You might be surprised at how straightforward it is. Let's walk through it step by step.
It's basically a 6-step journey. First, a seller gets registered and lists their products, usually with special pricing for bulk orders. Then, a buyer comes along and can easily discover them using all sorts of filters to find exactly what they need. Step 3 is where the magic happens: inquiry and negotiation. This often happens through a formal request for quotation, or RFQ. Once they strike a deal, an order is placed, and payment is set up, often with trade credit. Then comes fulfillment. The goods get shipped, and many platforms even have their own integrated logistics to make it super easy. And the final step, which is maybe the most important, is about repeat business. The platform makes reordering simple, helping build a strong, lasting partnership.
So now we know what it is and how it works. But the big question is, why is this sector absolutely exploding in India right now? What are the massive forces behind this incredible growth?
Get ready for this number: $200 billion. That's the projected size of India's B2B e-commerce market by 2030. Let that sink in. This isn't some tiny niche trend. This is one of the fastest growing, most important sectors of the entire Indian economy.
So, what's fueling this rocket ship? Well, for one, government initiatives like Digital India and the digitization of GST have really paved the way. But crucially, these platforms are solving one of India's oldest problems, our incredibly fragmented supply chains. Suddenly, a small business in a Tier 2 city has access to a national market, literally overnight. For business owners, this means huge cost savings, way less administrative hassle, and, for the first time for many, the power to make smarter, data-driven decisions about who they buy from and sell to.
Okay, so you see the potential, it's massive, but now you're thinking, all right, with all these options out there, how do I actually choose the right platform for my business? Let's get practical.
First things first, let's meet the key players. The Indian market has several major platforms, and it's really important to know that each one has a slightly different focus and strength.
It really depends on what your business does, right? You've got established giants like IndiaMart, which is a fantastic starting point for a lot of SMEs. But you might need a specialist. For example, Udaan is huge for retailers and Kirana stores dealing in things like FMCG and electronics. Moglix is the go-to for big companies with heavy industrial supply needs. Power to SME is all about helping smaller manufacturers source their raw materials. Then there's Vyaaparone, another great option for SMEs looking to scale up efficiently. And of course, if you're looking at international trade, import or export, you've got platforms like Alibaba and Global Sources. See? Each one serves a different purpose.
So how do you actually decide? Here's a simple 7-point checklist you can use. First, niche. Does it even match your product category? Second, density. Are there actually enough buyers and sellers on there to make it worthwhile? Third, trust. This is a big one. How are members verified? Look for things like GST verification. Fourth, fees. Make sure you understand their subscription or commission models completely. Fifth, technology. Is the app or website actually easy to use? Is it fast? Sixth, logistics. Do they offer integrated shipping support to make your life easier? And finally, reviews. What are other businesses like yours saying about their experience? Do your homework.
All right, let's zoom out one last time. This isn't just about a new way to do business today. This is about where the entire Indian business landscape is heading for the future.
The future is undeniably digital. As internet access continues to spread to every corner of the country, millions more businesses are coming online. At the same time, super smart tech like AI and machine learning are making it easier than ever to match the right buyer with the right seller. We're also seeing embedded finance changing the game, solving old cash flow problems with things like buy now, pay later for businesses. And this digital bridge isn't just connecting India, it's connecting Indian businesses to the rest of the world. It's all happening at once.
And all of this really brings us to the single most important takeaway. A B2B marketplace is no longer a luxury for large corporations. It's an essential tool for every business looking to grow in India's competitive economy. It's not a nice-to-have anymore, it's a need-to-have.
So with this incredible revolution already happening, transforming business from the ground up, the only real question left to ask is this: is your business ready for what's next?